The Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis beta is finally out, and here are my day one impressions. Thank you Square Enix, by the way, for selecting me and allowing me to create footage for this and stream the game for my community. It's been an awesome time so far, and really looking forward to getting back into it and playing it again. I can't lie, even as I'm recording this, I was like auto battling to level up my characters and try to get more gems to unlock better weapons. Right now, the beta is only available through Android devices, and that's if you pre-registered during the time period of June 8th to June 28th, which is the cutoff period. Not everybody was given access to the beta. It was pretty much done as a lottery system because of how many people pre-registered, which is a great thing because the more pre-registers that you get on this game, the more rewards we all will get on release. Unfortunately, iOS devices right now do not have access to the beta. It's a development issue thing where it's a little bit easier for developers to create APKs and do betas on Android devices versus Apple. It is what it is. But so far, there are some pretty good things that I want to talk about and also some concerns I do have for the future. If you've been loving all the Final Fantasy content, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out, guys, and help raise that 19% even higher. We're going to be making tons of content for this game and many others that you absolutely love, and you don't want to be anywhere else. And we're going to be live later, playing together again. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the chat. First things first, the music. Wow. Like, the music in Ever Crisis is, somebody wrote a comment and I don't remember exactly what it said, but basically it was like the original tracks have been revamped in a way that still feels fresh but not overly done like how Remake was. Now there are some tracks from Remake in there, like you have the Airbuster boss fight theme and you have the Turks theme song as well when you're fighting against Reno, and many other ones. But in general, the overall vibe for this is really good, and they knocked it out of the park with that one. Just sitting at the menu, because that's what you do a lot in gachas. You're constantly accepting rewards, claiming rewards, going through and customizing your characters. The menu theme song is pretty damn good, and the wallpapers and all the customization options they give you to personalize your experience with the game so far is pretty good for a beta. For the life of me, please, Square Enix, you do need to put this on PC and eventually consoles. Just whatever Genshin Impact, whatever Hoyoverse is doing, please do that. This game is great, and you will make a great amount of money off of the mobile aspect of it, but you'll make even more if it's on PC. I just had to get that out of the way because after getting into the game, it really has sucked me in so far. At first, when you boot it up, it kind of does hold your hand, as most gachas and games do, but there's a lot of mechanics to explain. There's a lot of elements to it that they have to get out there and make sure the players know, because there's various things that, as far as battle goes in itself, you pretty much want to know, such as switching stance defenses, right? Like when you switch to your defense stance, yes, you will do less damage and take less damage, but also you will heal way more if you're in defensive stance. So there's a little bit of strategy in between your actions that you're choosing in battle, which is really cool. Even when I played the demo back at Summer Games Fest, I was a little disappointed because I wasn't able to actively control Barret. But after you get to the chapter when you're in 7th Heaven and you do the mission with Biggs to get a little bit more backstory on Biggs, you can actually finally control Barret. And then shortly after that, Tifa joins the party and you can control all 3 of your teammates. I was so worried that that was not going to be the case, because early on in the first chapter, when you're in the Mako reactor with Barret, it does tell you and mention that you cannot control other members, only use their limit breaks. I don't recall if it said for now, but I really wish that it did, because man, I feel so much better now. I was relieved, absolutely relieved, and a lot of people in our chat was too. And controlling 3 characters at the same time, phenomenal. It just feels really good switching in between each one and activating certain abilities. And what I like about it is that, like, not everybody, so far I've been looking at a lot of people play, like Maximilian Dude, I've been watching Legions play, I've been watching Baby Seal play, and none of us have like the same type of build or like team setup. Like me personally, Tifa so far is my best character because she has, I think it's the Kaiser Knuckles, I can't recall, but it's the gold variant that I luckily got, and she has Chi Trap with it. Her attack Chi Trap actually puts a magic debuff on the enemy so that they take more magic damage from the entire party. So essentially, what my game plan is I start off the fight with Tifa, go into Chi Trap to apply that debuff, and then have my other party members just go ham with magic attacks and other abilities as well. Which, if you are playing this, I highly recommend you guys do this. Go into your customization settings, look at all your characters, check out their best weapons, and read exactly what their attacks do, because there's a lot of status debuffs that a lot of people are not utilizing to their full advantage. I saw Max actually has the best weapon and costume in the game right now, the Cloud Murasame Katana, which is the sister blade to the Masamune, Sephiroth's sword, which is really cool. And his actually has a stinger attack that does have a lightning element to it, I believe, but it was dealing crazy damage. So you definitely want to check out all your characters' weapons, see which ones are the best. Obviously, gold is the best as of right now. Continue to level those up while also taking your party into dungeon fights. But I am getting a little bit ahead of myself. Sorry if this video is a little all over the place. I'm trying to just like freestyle this. It is a gacha game and it is a mobile game, so these things are meant to be played on the go in short little spurts here to there while you're commuting to work, while you're using the throne early in the morning, or even in the afternoon. So a lot of these chapters are pretty quick. And you'll notice that when there are certain story elements, you'll be introduced to a character or in the middle of a chapter, and then that chapter will end. It'll bring you back to the main menu, and you have to select the next chapter. This is nothing new by any means. Tons of other gacha games do this. It's a very common thing. And it will tell you if that next chapter is only story-based, or if you will be fighting enemies and gaining bonuses in it, which I do appreciate. So I know I can go run a dungeon in between, or do a summon roll, something like that. But what does have me impressed is while they have cut out certain elements, like Cloud meeting back up with the party on the train and going through all those elements in the early FF7 game, they do add more moments. Like Biggs, for example, gets a little bit of character development where you get to learn a little bit more about his backstory as far as like the orphanage goes and what he does to take care of those kids. Same goes for Wedge. You get to learn about his love for cats and his compassion for animals. And Jessie again, which you got more depth on her in Remake, but they gave a little bit more in this version, which is really cool. I do like those additions a lot. And the best part about it too, it's weird, but I feel like Cloud's dialogue or like personality this time around, you see him actively coming around and being more friendlier with Avalanche. I don't personally look at that as a bad thing. I actually like it. I think it's a really cool direction as far as the dialogue options goes. And I'm looking forward to seeing what other moments are they adding into this. And very similar to the OG, the dialogue options you get as Cloud are very similar. Like when Tifa makes you a drink, you have the option to say you're not in the mood or for her to give you something hard. And also with Aerith, oh my god, when you meet back up with Aerith, you actually have an option to call her the slum drunk, which blew my mind. I didn't think they would actually include that, but they went ahead and did it. Now, as I was saying earlier, the game itself, for the first, I would say hour and a half, 2 hours, does hold your hand in battles, and it doesn't feel like there's much of a challenge until you get to, I would say, the Airbuster or Reno fight. Reno, for me, I actually ended up dying 3 times, and the game forced me to actively learn the mechanics like switching defenses and utilizing Cure in the defense stance to bonus heal myself, while also taking my party into other battles outside of the story to level them up and also upgrade their equipment. I can't lie though, I do like the challenge. In this game, you can get overpowered and make your character super strong to just steamroll enemies, but there's a fun element to it when you're kind of like struggling and you're worrying about your health being depleted. So I kind of like that. So far, the game's campaign takes you a decent distance, much further than I thought it would. And it's not just the Final Fantasy VII original story. You also get to go through bits of Crisis Core and as well First Soldier, which I haven't gotten to First Soldier yet. I'm very excited to see how that plays out. We'll probably be doing that today on stream, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on that. But right after you beat Reno in the beta is where the Final Fantasy VII original story portions end. And then it tells you that you have these endgame dungeons that you can access if you get your party strong enough, and you got to get them pretty strong looking at the power level numbers compared to what we're doing right now. We're looking at 11,000 total level for the party members, and they have stuff like 100,000, 80,000, 60,000. I cannot wait. We have a week until this beta is gone, and I will be taking advantage of every chance that I get to level up my characters, get the best items and gear, and hopefully be able to continue with those endgame stuff. Outside of that, there's also Criterion dungeons, which the dungeons also give you options to level up your characters, unlock materials to enhance your weapons, get better weapons, more opportunities to earn shards so you can do draw rolls, which is the whole gacha element anyways. They actually packed a lot of stuff into this beta, and I'm really surprised. And nothing else has me more surprised than the multiplayer option. Yes, there's actually an option for multiplayer to play co-op with your friends and do certain dungeons. As of right now, it's only schedule based. Like it says, from the 6th until the 8th, we'll be able to fight the Scorpion Sentinel at certain times throughout the day. I think it's 12 p.m. Pacific time till 1 p.m. Pacific time. So it's very short schedules, but they do it multiple times throughout the day. And then starting on the 9th, we'll be able to fight against the twin bosses from Crisis Core. You can create your own lobby and invite your friends, or you can join in with random party members. So look forward to us teaming up with your other favorite content creators and enjoying the multiplayer co-op aspects in this game. I haven't seen anybody been able to successfully try it just yet, but that's something that we will probably be focusing on, not today, but probably over the weekend and early next week. The endgame content and the side content outside of the story is really cool, especially because you can create your own custom party of characters and take your essentially FF7 dream team into any fight. Aside from the 3 new characters introduced in First Soldier, Glenn, Matt, and Lucia, you could put Cloud and Zack on a team together with Red 13. Or you could have Barrett, Tifa, and Glenn. That's just insane. What are these combinations? I have no idea, but it's only gonna get crazier from there because on full release, we'll be able to get Vincent, Sid, Yuffie, Cat Shi, and many other characters that they'll probably be introducing once the other versions of the games come out. And it's exciting. Right now, my best team so far, as far as items goes, my best items are Cloud, Tifa, and Red 13. They're my only party members that have gold weapons as of right now, but you could also increase your levels of certain weapons to gold status too, to get them into a higher ranking legendary space. So that's what I'll be doing pretty much today, is going through those end game battles and just trying to get my characters leveled up and do a whole bunch of stuff. Now let's talk about the gacha elements, the infamous drawing and summoning and all that stuff. So in the beta, obviously you get access to free in-game currency, but also on full release you will as well. You can look on the screen and the red gems that are there are purchasable gems, which you cannot buy as of right now. The store is not open. The blue gems are the free gems you get from playing the story, doing random side missions, and overall completing missions and collecting gifts. You could also get draw tickets as well, which are given by the same thing. You can find them in chests, you can find them as random rewards, and you could also complete missions to unlock them. And there's also gold draw tickets, which gives you a guaranteed legendary weapon, which I do have one right now, but I'm waiting till we stream before I activate it. It's so, I'm not gonna lie, it is so hard to play this game and not do a summon while streaming. I want to make sure I record all of it because it is hype. The summon animation blows my mind. So the first summon you get to do is a legendary summon, a guaranteed 5-star one, which is I think how I got the Red 13 5-star weapon. But just look at this animation, dude. Like so Cloud starts off in the new outfit, which threw me off completely. We're seemingly inside of the battle arena in the wall market. The enemy hits Cloud, and there's different animations too. This one's a legendary animation. So the enemy hits Cloud, he blocks it, seems to be losing the battle, but then he counters with a cross slash and he hits for an insane amount. We get a rainbow colored, staggering bunch of 7s for the final hit. And that animation means that you got some legendary stuff and some pretty good stuff overall. Now we did some other summons which weren't so great, and you can see the animations are completely different. The damage numbers are off. So they did a really good job with this because it drives a lot of hype. I find myself not wanting to skip the animation because it just looks really cool seeing Cloud walk up and if he appears with that outfit or not. It's insane. Other games do this as well. The other gacha game that I played for a little bit was Dragon Ball Legends, and in that one it was a summon animation of Goku versus Frieza, and sometimes he would do crazy stuff like transform even further beyond, or Vegeta will show up out of nowhere and they'll tag team Frieza, which is like a crazy legendary random icon. So it's gonna be really cool to see what other animations they have. I could totally see like you load up and the enemy is Sephiroth instead of that random enemy from the arena, and it is Cloud and he looks like he's losing, and then out of nowhere the party jumps in. Can you imagine? There's so much potential for that I am so excited. I cannot wait to see just what this game is going to be like on full release and eventually when it does become available for everybody to play. Now gacha games can be pretty predatory as far as like making you get horrible rolls in order to have you spend actual money, or make it so that if you spend money you'll get guaranteed rolls or guaranteed better items, and the high possibility of getting duplicate items is always terrifying. It is a beta right now, so we're not seeing the full scale at what this gacha element will be like because all the currency is currently free, but we're gonna have to wait and see, and that's what I'm a little bit concerned about when the full game releases, just how heavy on our wallet this game will be. But if it's very free to play friendly, then by all means, that's exciting. I'm talking about like if they have events where they give away gold tickets, or they have specific like missions you could do with your friends and other party members to get better rolls, with items and overall much better summons. I hope they take it that route, but that's still left to be seen. As of right now, I believe the best weapon and banner you can get is the Cloud Samurai outfit complete with the weapon. I don't know if they'll do a second one during the beta because it's only got 6 more days left, but who knows? I will be rolling every chance that I get and trying to stream and capture all the footage that I can so you guys can enjoy. I will be uploading our first Let's Play of the game later today, and also our first draw summon, because it was kind of hype. I want you guys to see what that animation looked like in real time. So be sure to look out for that. I kind of went on a little bit longer than I wanted to for this video. I wanted my first impressions to be a little bit more concise, but so far I've been enjoying the game. Now I'm going to stop talking so I can edit this video and get it out for you guys, and we will be live later. So be sure to like that video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new. More Final Fantasy VII, Ever Crisis, and Final Fantasy videos are on the way, and you will not want to miss them. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.